In this slide, we will see another method which is called elimination of unknowns. And in this method, actually, this is already known by you because you always use this for small number of equations like 2 or 3 equations. We multiply the equations by constants to eliminate one unknown by subtracting them. Then as a result of this elimination step, we have one equation with one unknown. And we solve the single equation directly to calculate the value of the unknown. Then we back substitute this value into original equations to solve for the other unknowns. This method can be used for more than 3 equations, but it is very tedious by hand, so that's why it is recommended for 2 or 3 equations only. So let's check for a 2 equation example. So for instance, our equations are, in terms of general terms, a11 x1 plus a12 x2 equals b1, a21 x1 plus a22 x2 equals b2. So what we need to do is just multiply the first one. Let me write this way. Multiply the first equation by this first constant of the second equation, a21. Also similarly, multiply the second one by the first term of the first equation, a11. So if we do this, we will have a common term for x1 so that we can subtract them. Then let me write in a different color. a21, a11, x1 plus a12, a21, x2 is equivalent to a21, b1. And the second one, a11, a21, x1 plus a22, a11, x2 is equivalent to a11, b2. So now let's subtract the first one from the second one. So simply we multiply this by minus and subtract from the second one. What happens is simply you can see these will cancel out and the second terms will remain. So that's a22, a11, x2 minus a12, a21, x2 is equivalent to a11, b2 minus a21, b1. And here let's solve for x2. Then x2 is equivalent to, if we isolate it, simply a11, b2 minus a21, b1 divided by a11, a22 minus a12, a21. So the constants of x2 are at the denominator, below here. So this is x2. Then what we do is just write this into first equation. Substitute into first equation. Then we can find x1. a22 b1 minus a12 b2 divided by a11 a22 minus a12 a21. You can do the operations in between. I didn't show them, I just showed the final result here. So now you can see that these are the results that we found, and these are actually similar to the results of Cramer's rule that we saw in the previous slides. Same as Cramer's rule. In the Cramer's rule, we actually calculated x1 as the determinant b1 a12, b2 a22 divided by determinant a11 a12 a21 a22. So this gives us the same result of x1, b1 a22 a12 b2 divided by a11 a22 minus a12 a21. Similarly for x2, the determinants are A11, B1, A21, B2. Simply you can see that we use for x2 we use this and this and these constants as the denominator, and for the denominator we use just these constants below. So A11, A21, A12, A22, and from here we will have the same equation of A11 B22 minus B1 A21 divided by A11 A22 minus A12 A21. If you remember, we just actually a cross multiplication and subtraction of these terms from each other. We do this. So you can see both Cramer's rule and elimination of unknowns will give the same results.